So here we are, 4 movies in. How do you feel about saying goodbye to Harden, and what can fans expect of After Ever Happy?
I think they can expect more of the same in terms of excitement, ups and downs, some steamy sex scenes, some very loud vocal arguments, and yeah, I mean, more of the same. If they like the first 3, then they'll like this one too. And I'm not too sad saying goodbye. There's elements of it that feel sad, and when we actually wrapped, and stopped filming, it felt sad. But then I was always saying, well, that won't be sad because we'll come back and do press, and here we are again. I'm more trying to be grateful and happy looking back on all the good work we've done rather than be sad about the fact that it's coming to an end. So the films live forever as well, don't they?
So the sex scenes, like you said, are a big part of Tessa and Harden's story. Did you guys talk before those scenes? Did you have any advice that you followed when you were doing them? How did it feel? Did you ever get shy about it?
Yeah, before the first one, I was bricking it because anything that you haven't done before, obviously, especially something like that, you overthink it and yeah, it feels like a big deal. And then quickly you're in there with a bunch of not interested cameramen scratching their heads and on their phones. And then you're quickly like, this is just another scene that we just need to get done. And then you kind of break it up, and a lot of the time the camera position only works for that bit. And then we move over here, and then now we need to reset up the camera, and then you're waiting back, so, in a green room or whatever for 10, 15 minutes, and it becomes a lot less glamorous than you kind of expected it to be. And yeah, quickly working with someone like Joe as well, and just a really experienced, cool team, it was very, very quickly kind of just like any other scene, and there was nothing to worry about. But on number 3 and 4, we had an intimacy coordinator, and I don't think it felt like we really needed her. Her name was Corinne, and she was great. And I think it's kind of just like having a stunt coordinator or a dance choreographer. Sometimes you're fine without them, but you often do need them to just, reinforce the meaning behind the scene, so it doesn't feel like any other sex scene. Yeah, just make sure everyone feels comfortable. She's got breath mints there ready. So yeah, quickly it just becomes another part of the job, and it's not as kind of weird or overwhelming or embarrassing or whatever as you might think it is.
So last time we spoke, you talked a little bit about a mishap you had doing a bathtub scene because of the cold. Did this new film had any mishaps like that during the filming of the sex scenes? Can you tell us a little bit about it?
I don't think so, because we shot 3 and 4 back to back. I can't remember if I was talking in that interview about the bathtub scene in the earlier film, I think number 2. But there's a hot tub scene in either 3 or 4, I can't remember which one it fell into, because as I say, we filmed it as one long movie, so shooting out of order as well, you forget. But yeah, going from freezing cold, to not even, it was minus temperatures, and then not even, we had to have, apparently it's better for your health to have lukewarm water rather than really warm water, which was almost just even more painful. That came with its challenges. But no, I can't think of any other off the top of my head that were too challenging. As you say, 4 movies in, you'd think we've got the hang of it and we know what to do. So,
as you know, this story is a little bit about Harry Styles. And you've mentioned before meeting him that you met him and he gave you a little knowing look about the role. In April, you saw him at Coachella, and I was wondering, is it a weird experience for you to meet the person that inspired this role that's so big in your career, or is it just a normal experience?
Yeah, no, it was definitely not normal. I didn't, to be fair, when I met him at the Met Gala, it was really the briefest of exchanges, so I still almost wouldn't really count it as meeting someone, just a brief kind of hello. And then obviously at Coachella, I just watched him, so I still haven't met him and even spoke about it. But he's a rock star. Watching him at Coachella, he's it's really cool how much he can kind of involve the crowd, and obviously his music is everywhere, and you can't not sing along to As It Was when it comes on and stuff like this. So I have so much respect for him. He's an absolute legend. But I do feel like it's quite nice that the books that the film was based on were initially inspired by him, and I think quickly the books, Anna Todd, the writer, quickly made Harden his own character, even though the inspiration came from it. And then obviously when we turned the films into movies, it's funny, an interviewer I spoke with previously today noted on how he's obviously chooses to wear some kind of more flamboyant, colourful things, and Harden is still in the all-black outfit every single time. So it's nice to kind of see, as much as it started with an inspiration, they're clearly like very different kind of people at this point. But no, I have yet to chop it up with him about you know the film itself and all that stuff. But no, I'm so happy that we've had the opportunity to do this thanks to the inspiration Anna got from him, and he's a legend. I love his work. He is a
great
top guy.
Speaking of Harding's all black outfits and everything, I think he's going through such a hard time in this movie. He's going to some dark places. How is it for you to access that mental state for him? What inspires you to get into that place?
It is challenging at times. It's funny how you can be filming a scene where you need to be in a very bad place and you get some really good news, and then similarly you're so run down, tired, get some bad news, and then you have to play a really happy scene. It feels like they never coincide, never line up how you'd want them to. But to get into that mindset now, I wouldn't say it's easy, but I'm so lucky to have played the role so many times. It does become a lot. It does become a lot kind of faster to tap into that mindset, yeah.
You and Joe have amazing chemistry, and it's so interesting to watch the ups and downs of Hardin and Tessa's relationship because of that. How do you guys tap into it? Is it an exercise or does it happen naturally?
I know we've always said like good casting, but it does definitely happen naturally. Yeah, I feel like, again, you're so lucky to bring the same characters back to life so many times. By number 4, it would be strange if you didn't have some sort of, you know, chemistry and understanding. But I know we've been told that was kind of there from the start. And again, I put it down to good casting and me being lucky to work opposite a really, really talented kind of co-star. So no, it's been a real pleasure to play my first lead role 4 times in a row opposite Joe Langford. She's great.
Gente, que